Alright, it's June 2021, paper 1 question number 9, part B. Solve the equation. We have 1 over 2 sec. The angle we have, it's 2 phi plus pi over 4 equals to 1 upon under root 3. And the range we have from minus pi phi till pi, where phi is in radians. That unit is for the representation for angle. Gives your answer in terms of pi. Before starting this question, make sure that your calculator is in radian mode. Alright, so first thing I need to find out the value of sec. So I will do sec, the angle is same, that is 2 psi plus pi over 4 equals to this 2. When you shift on the right side, it will be multiply, so that will be 2 divided by under root 3. Alright, sec is the reversal of cos, so that means it's cos 2 psi plus pi over 4 equals to, and the reciprocal of 2 upon root 3 equals to root 3 upon 2. Now, before finding the angle alpha, base angle, we first highlight the quadrants here. So cos is positive, it means that theta lies either in the first quadrant or in the fourth quadrant. Alright, and now we are going to start from alpha, and alpha is cos inverse of under root 3 divided by 2, and the value of alpha we got in terms of radian, it's pi over 6 radians. Alright, once you got the value of theta alpha, now the theta is in either in the first quadrant or in the fourth quadrant. Alright, so the alpha we have, it's this one, right, and this one. So theta for the first part, it's alpha. For the first quadrant, it's alpha, and alpha is pi over 6. And for the last quadrant, the fourth quadrant, it will be 2 pi minus alpha, it's pi over 6. Now the range of the question is not same, right? It's from minus pi to pi. The angle in question we have, it's 2 psi plus pi over 4. For the lower limit, when I place the value of phi, that is negative pi, so that will be 2 minus pi plus pi over 4. Alright, so minus 2 pi, after LCM it will be minus 8 pi plus pi over 4, so you will get minus 7 pi over 4. So that is the lowest value we have, and for the highest value it will be 2 pi plus pi over 4, so that leads to the value of 9 pi over 4. So the range we have in this question, 2 psi plus pi over 4, the lowest range we have, it's minus 7 pi over 4, and the highest is 9 pi over 4. Alright, that means that now we have a clockwise movement as well. I find out the numeric value of these two, and now we can say that if we have a value lesser than or equals to negative 5.5, so we need to go in the clockwise direction, right? We have a value of pi over 6, and pi over 6 is equals to in terms of decimal value, it's equals to 0.524 radian, right? So when you have value 0.524, which is lesser than minus 5.5, so it means we need to go in the clockwise direction as well. Alright, this diagram we travel in anti-clockwise because theta is positive. So for the first quadrant we have theta is equals to pi over 6, and for the fourth quadrant, which I have written here, theta equals to, the LCM is 6 is to the 12 pi minus pi, it's 11 pi over 6 for the positive one. And when we have theta for the negative, or you can say clockwise only, this one, for this quadrant theta is in this direction, right, that is theta. So the value of theta is equals to minus alpha, and that is pi over 6 radians. Alright, for the positive one we have the value 7.07, right? The complete revolution we have, it's 2 pi, and 2 pi equals to 6.284, meaning of what I'm saying is that when you do a complete revolution, the angle is 6.284, but the value we have for the upper side is 7.07. That means we are going to continue the revolution here. Alright, the alpha we have, it's 0.524. So if I add the value of 0.524, it is equals to 6.81, which is lesser than 7.07. That means this value will also be included. Alright, so when you again take the second revolution, you will get the angle. It's 2 pi plus your base angle pi over 6, which is equals to 13 pi over 6, and that is again your angle for the anti-clockwise movement. That means we have four angles in this question: first, second, third and fourth, right? But this is not the final answer, because the angle we have in the question, it's 2 psi plus pi over 4. So I'm going to write down 2 psi plus pi over 4, and the angle I got here is minus pi over 4 first one, after that pi over 6 second one, after that 11 pi over 6, and the last one 13 pi over 6. Now I need to solve them one by one, and that is minus pi over 6, not 4. So it's minus pi over 6. Alright, I'm going to pick the first one. Alright, the first one we have, it's 2 psi plus pi over 4 equals to minus pi over 6. Shift pi over 4 on the right side, so it's minus pi over 6 minus pi over 4, and you take LCM, it's 24, and in the numerator it's minus 4 pi minus 6 pi equals to 2 psi. Alright, so you have minus 10 pi over 24 equals to 2 psi. 2 ones are 2 and 2 5s are 10. So the first value of psi, it's minus 5 pi over 24. Similarly, we are going to pick for the second one, and that is pi over 6 again. So it's 2 psi plus pi over 4 equals to pi over 6. Same method, 2 psi equals to pi over 6 minus pi over 4. Taking LCM, it's 24. 4 pi minus 6 pi leads to minus 2 pi divided by 24 equals to 2 psi. 2 and 2 cancel. So the second answer is minus pi over 24 with the angle pi over 6. After that, we are going to pick 11 pi over 6 with the same working. 2 psi plus pi over 4 equals to 11 pi over 6. Again, with the solving like the method we have done in the previous two, you will get the value of psi, and that is equals to 19 over 24 pi. And for the last one, when you pick 13 pi over 6, the equation we have 2 psi plus pi over 4 equals to 13 pi over 6. You will get the value of psi, and that is equals to 23 pi over 24. So these four are your final answer for psi, and that is the completion of this question.